Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Sonja, and today we release and soften our hip flexor. So have a bolster and 2 blocks and maybe a blanket if you need one to support the knees. Okay, it will be a short practice. Start in Shavasana. So we lay down onto the mat and I take my bolster underneath my knees. Lay down, take your hands by your side. Let the breath be just as it is. Don't change the breath. Let the breath be effortless. Just feel and notice the breath, both the inhale and exhale. Soften into the support underneath you. Notice the sensations in your physical body. And just arrive here in this present moment. Just feel the breaths in and out. And then from here, stretch yourself for a moment. Bring your feet together, flex the toes, and reach your arms overhead. And keep your breath soft. It doesn't have to be long or extreme inhale and exhale. Just leave it as it is today. Without any effort, just breathe. And then bend your knees. Take your hands by your side and grab your bolster and lift the pelvis up a little bit and take the bolster underneath your pelvis. Make sure it's not totally underneath your lower back so that the pelvis stays in neutral. Hands by your side for a moment. Soften the front ribs down and bring your right knee into the chest and interlace your hands on top of your right shin. Bring your knee as far in as you can. Take the left leg a little bit more forward. Just settle into this pose. And then see, maybe you can straighten the left leg all the way. When you straighten it, flex the toes. And hold this pose maybe 1 or 2 minutes. And again, effortless breath. Just soften. Soften the back ribs down towards the mat. Let go completely. Focus what's happening in here, in your hip flexor right now. Your hip flexor, it's attached and in the inner side here, and it goes through the pelvis and attaches on your vertebrae here, L, 5 and 4. It goes all the way up there. Part of it is also attached on your sacroiliac crest, right around here. So breathe into those sensations. And then very slowly start releasing your right leg. Bend your left knee as well. Take a breath here. And then take your left knee in. Same actions. Press your hands into the shin. Flex the toes. Take your right leg a little bit more forward. And maybe straighten it all the way. Flex the toes. Just do as it feels good for you. Don't strain anything. Don't push. Don't pull too hard. Be kind to yourself. Relax where you need to relax. Soften where you need to soften. That goes for your facial muscles, softening behind your ears. And again, soften your back ribs down to the mat. And let the breath be effortless and calm and peaceful. And then very slowly release that leg. And again, you bend the right knee, bend the left knee. Take a breath here. And then walk your feet a little bit closer, align them underneath your knees. Lift the pelvis into a bridge pose and take your bolster away. Take your hands by your side, push down into your feet. Lift the heart towards the chin. Soften your inner groins. And then exhale very slowly, lower down, one vertebrae at a time. And then take your feet wide and just let your knees fall from side to side. Very slowly. Again, without any big effort. Be kind. One more time on each side. Okay, and then bring your legs in again and take your hands behind your right thigh and bring that right thigh in again. And then let go of the left hand, and I take my left hand behind my neck. And then I press the right leg into the right hand. So simultaneously both things have to happen. I press forward and into the hand, then I straighten the left leg and lift the chest. Here I just have the support of the head. I'm not pulling on the head. Keep the shoulder blades lifted. And then lift the left leg, maybe 2 inches away from the mat. Keep pushing your right thigh into the right hand. And slowly release the upper body. Release your right leg. Bend your left knee. Bring your left knee in. Again, interlace your hands behind the left side first. And then release your right hand. Take your right hand behind. Push your left leg into the left hand and simultaneously you pull. Lift the chest. Straighten the right leg. And then lift the right leg maybe 2 inches away from the mat. And again, you're not pulling on the head. Keep the head supported with the hand. Press your lower back down into the mat. Soften the front ribs in. And breathe. And slowly release back down. Bend both knees. And take your knees from side to side a little bit. And then come forward onto your hands and knees. Take your knees to the side. Spread your fingers and we come into a downward facing dog. Okay. Lift the knees, take your sit bones up and back, lengthen your torso, and then from side to side, start releasing one heel down and then the other. One heel down and then the other. Push your hands firmly into the mat. Coming to stillness for a few breaths. Lift the kneecaps. Draw the outer arms down towards the mat. Shake your head yes and shake it no. Inhale, lift up the heels. And exhale, lower the knees down to the mat. And just lift the tailbone, reach the heart forward. And up and back again, downward facing dog. And then step your right leg in between the hands and lower the left knee down to the mat. And that's where you could take the blanket underneath your knee. I take my blocks next to my right foot. And inhale, lift the chest up just a little bit here. You can uncurl the toes behind you or curl them under. And then if your hip flexors allow, lift yourself a little bit higher up. Draw the shoulder heads back. Soften the front ribs in. You can stay here or take your arms towards the sky. And again, soften the front ribs in a little bit, lift up through the back ribs, draw the back of the skull back, maybe lifting the gaze. And exhale, lower the hands down to the mat. Take your blocks to the side. Straighten the back leg and step your right leg back, come back to downward facing dog. And then lift the gaze and step your left foot forward. Lower the right knee down to the mat. Again, I take my blocks. I take the blanket to the side here. Come first onto the fingertips here. I pull my right knee, left heel towards each other. And then take the hands onto the left knee and lift yourself a little bit higher up. Shoulder heads move back, back of the skull back, soften the front ribs in. You can stay here or take both hands towards the sky. Again, lift up a little bit more into the back ribs. And exhale, take your hands down. Plant your hands, lift the right leg and step the left leg back. Come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift up the heels, and exhale, lower the knees down to the mat. Take your big toes together, press your sit bones back and come into a child's pose. And then take your hands forward one more time, lifting up into downward facing dog, curl the toes under, lift up and back. From downward facing dog, shift forward, lower the knees, lower your chin and chest, slide forward onto your belly. And then take your hands by your side, palms facing down. Lift the shoulder heads, lower the forehead or your chin. And then we bend the right knee. And then make sure the foot doesn't go over to the left. Take the ankle directly on top of the knee. And then lift that right leg up. And exhale, lower it down. And again we lift and down. We lift and down. Lift and down. And lift and down. Straighten that right leg. Bend the left knee. Lift it up. And down. And lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. And one more time, and exhale, release. Now bend both knees and just swing them from side to side. Okay, and then from here, take your hands back, press yourself back onto your knees and all the way back into Balasana, Child's Pose. Take your hands forward, rest your forehead underneath, your hands underneath your forehead. Okay. And then from here, press yourself up and take your legs around and roll all the way down to the mat. Hands forward, very slowly. Roll down and bring your knees into the chest. Massage your lower back. Take your arms up by your side and we do a twist. Take your hips a little bit over to the right and bring your knees to the left. Take your right arm, right rib cage over to the right side. Inhale, come back to the center. And take your hips over to the left. And bring your knees to the right. Left arm, left rib cage to the left. And inhale, come back to the center. Give yourself a loving hug. Massage your lower back. And then I recommend coming into a Shavasana again with supporting your legs. Okay? So you can do that on your own and maybe take a 5 to 10 minute Shavasana. Okay? I hope you enjoyed your practice today. Please come back and choose of those videos I recommend, which show up right here and right here, down here. Thank you. Namaste. I appreciate you being here. Sign up to my channel and press the like button, please. Thank you.